So a few days ago, I ended one of my dashes and I went to start another one, and this popped up, which I had never seen before. So let's talk about it. So right away, I'm thinking, why are my orders under review? I knew that I had just done like a pretty large order, and by pretty large order, I mean a $70 order. So I thought maybe it was something that, I don't get really high paying orders with DoorDash that often. So I figured maybe it just had something to do with that, and that maybe it just had to do with, the high paying order, and maybe it just had to be reviewed for some reason. But then I kept reading more on this thing that popped up and realized that that is not what's happening. Now, the good thing is that it said the results of the orders that were being reviewed were that there was no issues detected. But after I read that, the thing below it said that now I will have my full pay. And that's when I needed to look more into this, because that made no sense to me. The reason it doesn't really make sense is because the order pay, typically the base pay is $2 to $5, maybe a little bit more if it's a shop and deliver order. But I'm kind of concerned that they mean that part of the tip is going to be removed, which wouldn't really make sense, because would they just refund the customer? I don't really know how that would work, but I'm not sure what they mean by your delivery would be paid in full. So I decided to go onto the Dasher website and actually figure out what this exactly was, why it's even there, and what we all need to look out for. So now I guess they have a new system that flags certain deliveries for potential security issues or delivery issues. I'm not really sure what those delivery issues could be. If it means that the customer says it's not there, or, I don't really know if you're having a hard time finding the location and then you deliver it, or maybe it's, leave at door and you hand it to the customer instead, which now they also added something new for that, but at the time of me seeing this, they had it. So I'm not really sure what they mean by security issues or delivery issues, but I guess some orders are going to be manually reviewed after their system flags them. And then I guess they're giving themselves 24 hours to actually review these orders, and then they'll notify you if the order is okay or if there really was an issue. Now, part of what this says also is that if there's an issue, you may be deactivated, and if there's not an issue, then you won't be deactivated and you'll get your earnings in full. So I'm not sure if that means that if you are potentially deactivated for whatever issue that they detect, if you also won't get your pay, if that's the case, or even if they detect an issue, you don't get deactivated, will you still get your pay? I'm not sure. It's not that clear. So I guess the way to see which orders are being reviewed, you can go to your earnings, and then there'll be a little section that says under review, and you can click on that and I guess look at the orders that are being reviewed. I actually didn't even see that these orders or whatever orders were being reviewed. This just popped up afterwards, so I'm not really sure what orders were being held for review. If it was the $70 order that I did because it was high paying, I'm not sure. But that is where you can find which orders are being looked at. So I don't know, this is obviously something very new and they don't provide a ton of detail. To me, it's kind of a weird security measure to take. I don't know if this also means that they're getting rid of contract violations, if this is replacing that. Because again, they're not very clear as if these delivery issues, security issues are the same thing that you would get a contract violation for. Although it doesn't mention anything about your on time, percentage or anything like that, being on time for the order, which you can get a contract violation for. So I'm not really sure. Maybe they do still exist. I haven't gotten one in a really long time, so I'm not really sure. But I'm not exactly sure that I'm a fan of them just reviewing random orders that I'm not even aware of, and they don't really provide a reason either as to why they're reviewing them. And like I said, all this information that I got is from their website, but they still didn't provide that much. And again, my thing is what pay is being withheld? Is it the full pay? Is it half the pay? Is it only the base pay? Because if the customer tips you, then I don't know, can they really remove that? What would they even do with that money? But I don't know, this is the first time I'm seeing it. I think I saw it maybe one other time since that dash, but I haven't had any of the orders come back saying there was an issue, so I'm not really sure, like I said, what that exact process is. I just know that they said that if there is a problem, you can appeal it, and also you can still dash while they're reviewing orders, which I forgot to mention, but it's good to know. So yeah, have you guys seen this? What is your experience with it? Have any of your orders been flagged and then, you had to appeal it or something? And what were the reasons for it as well? Because I'm really curious. But DoorDash is always adding new things, and I guess new security features as well to make sure dashers are delivering the food, and now they're just gonna consider withholding your pay if you even complete the delivery and there's some issue, I guess. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely comment down below what you guys know about this, because I'm definitely curious to learn more. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.